Yeah, just like you show, like me, just like you show. Are you ready to be entertained, educated? A little stimulation for your brain, lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Lock it in, lock it in. Yeah, just like you show, lock it in, lock it in. Yeah, just like you show.
What's up, everybody? This is top of the hour. You guys are locked into your favorite evening ride, the most exciting edition of the show on the internet. It's your boy Joe locked in with you. Yes, the day after Thanksgiving, but guess what? I told y'all I was coming to work. I was coming to hang out. You know, you got your own studio, you can do that at the end of the day. So it make it all simple. It makes it all easy. You guys are locked in. Hey, sexy submissive. Ooh, I like that. What's up, Sabrina? What's up, Tawana? Welcome to Ms. Moore. Hey, y'all, I want to say thank you to everybody out there, man. Thank you guys so much for liking the show, sharing the show out there, man. We're up to 11.3, I think, on TikTok and over 17,000 on Facebook, y'all. Thank you guys so much. YouTube, we are live on YouTube. YouTube is growing slowly, but it's growing. I think got like 300 some on YouTube now. So thank you guys so much for that. Gloria, how you doing, baby girl? Carla, hey, how you doing? What's going on, Brenda? What's going on, Mermaid? What's going on, Blondie? What's going on, Maria Jackson? How you doing? How y'all doing? How was everybody Thanksgiving? Did y'all get enough food out there? You guys locked into your favorite, right? Y'all know it is. Your boy Joe like it. And I'm drinking early because if there's nothing going on today, I am doing this show on my own accord for people who want to hang out with me. And I'm going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Hey, Maria, if you guys want to talk about something in particular, you want to ask me questions about a man, about relationships, why men do what they want to do lately, because I'm going to say 80-90% of the show is about women are here. So today, I got some topics I want to talk about, but I want to open up the show. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing, baby girl? I want to open up the show to, hey, Tams, how you doing? Omar, what's going on, big dog? I want to open up the show for ladies to ask me questions. You know, this is Black Friday. As you can see, I got on all black. It's Black Friday. I'm black. My shirt black. My blue jeans are black. If you guys can see me on Facebook, blue jeans are black. But yeah, it's Black Friday. So if you guys want to ask me some questions, cool. If not, it's some things that I want to get into, right? Who I need to be, what I want to be, what I'm looking for in a relationship, all that good stuff, and what I think most men are missing, and what I think women are missing in a relationship. And do you know your place in a relationship? These things we're going to be talking about on the Joe Lecture. Jenny, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Did you guys get you any good food for Thanksgiving? Why is people trying to call me today? Hold on, just a question, y'all. She does not know that I am live right now, so not for sure what that is. But anyway, someone's trying to call me, but they're gonna have to talk to me later. But going on, Jen, how y'all doing? Cool V, I don't know what that is. Antonio, how you doing? How you doing? Martha, how you doing? How's it going out there? Did y'all hear that Tiffany Haddish got arrested for DUI? My Thanksgiving, hey, Lynn J. Actually, my Thanksgiving was good. This is gonna sound very mean, but my Thanksgiving was actually really good because I didn't go anywhere and I didn't do anything with anybody. So my neighbors brought me some food. Today, some of my friends brought me some food over, but I didn't go anywhere. I stayed at home. I talked to a few friends on the phone, and I rested. And that was the best Thanksgiving for me. I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to be around fake family. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to rest. So that's what I got a chance to do. I actually rested. Hey, James, how's it going, man? I rested on Thanksgiving. So it was a peaceful, restful Thanksgiving for me. So actually, I had a really good time just by resting and thinking about things I want to think about. Have I accomplished the things I want to accomplish? Leaving radio and going ahead and stepping out on a limb and go ahead and take my radio show to the next level and build an audience online. Instead of on radio, that was a big jump for me a couple of months ago. So all those things and everything's been going positive. So I just really want to kind of sit back and contemplate, how good God has been good to you, boy. And I'm just being honest, been real good, man. Having no complaints. Teresa, how you doing? Brooke Sherry, how's it going? What's going on Facebook? I hope everybody's doing well out there. Of course, I gave nephew the week off. I told him to take off from Wednesday to today. He'll be back on Monday. So if you guys want to wear nephews, he's actually spending some time with his family. You know what I'm saying? All work and no play is never fun. So, he's spending some time, some much needed, deserved time. I give him a hard time, but hopefully he's enjoying the time with his family and friends and, whatever entitlement he may be getting himself into. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for all the shares. Thanks for loving the show. And of course, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, I Smell Good sponsor. If you guys actually smell the Sea Spring, I got burning in our studios right now. Tami's Creations always brings us that. The food is also provided by Velvet Cake, and also our food is provided by on the show from Big Daddy. Y'all go ahead and check them out. Of course, they're closed today, but Big Daddy always provides us with fish or shrimp on Friday. So thank you everybody for that and believing in the show, believing where we're going, and believing in the things we do. So thank you guys for that. Jenny said she had her grandkids over. Well, that's cool. Cookie, thank you for following the live. George Freeman, thank you. We up to 11.3, so my goal is to get to 12. And I started out, this is no lie, y'all. 6 months ago, we was at 150, I think, on TikTok. And, you guys help us grow the show big time. So thank you guys. I do appreciate you for that. So Jenny said hey, Cookie, hey, users. Carla, how's it going? Raquel, how you doing? Sammy, how's it going? Thank you guys for locking in. I know a lot of people are probably traveling back and still spending time with their families. But of course, I'm going to be here. I'm going to do the show. Hey, Miss Carrie, how you doing? Hope everything's going good with you. Thank you for hanging out with us. I know you probably got time. People probably still spending time with their families, but thank you for wanting to hang out with me. And I want to talk about this. Do we want to know? And of course, the show is open up today on Friday. I'm going to start calling it Open Fridays, probably something like that. Open house. But ladies, if you guys want to ask me any questions about a man or something that you're going through, please feel free to type it in the comments, and I will answer the question about me, and as best to my knowledge of being an older gentleman and been through some things, been married, been divorced. So if you got, hey Tam, how you doing, baby? Hope everything going for you good in Tennessee. I saw you, man. Tam looks so good. She got there in Tennessee doing her thing. Had her kids over to the house, even though she didn't give no time. But it's okay. It's okay. It's one of these days. I hope you enjoyed your family. I'm joking, but I hope you enjoy the family. That's good. But did you guys hear about Tiffany Haddish? She got arrested for DUI. Been sleeping behind the wheel. Don't know what that's all about. It just seemed like a lot of celebrity stuff is in the news. You got a lot of celebrities getting divorced. And it seems like the news only want to report a lot of the bad stuff when it comes to celebrities, right? And I know there's some good things going on, but it seems like we like to watch a train wreck happen. And I don't know why that is. And I try not to talk about a lot of this stuff, but some of it I think we need to talk about because a lot of it deals with relationships. And, I see a lot of women on here. Hey, Lady J, how's it going? A lot of women always, and I don't know which part of the show y'all don't listen to, but I talk about it all the time. A lot of women ask me, Joe, what do you want? What are you looking for in a relationship? What do you want in a woman? Right. I had one woman in my inbox. She could have been listening to the show because it was like maybe two or three women yesterday was in the inbox and asking me, kind of shoot their shot. And I just had to go ahead and tell them I'm not looking for a relationship. And here's the thing about it. They were very understanding about it. But, let me just be clear to the audience. I am not looking for a relationship, right? I truly appreciate it. Beautiful. I do. Appreciate the flattery. I blush every time I see somebody want to actually shoot a shot or talk to me or even, just say hello to me. It is very overwhelming because I never thought a person who got a face for radio actually have so many people that really, that like him a lot. So ladies, thank you so much for that. But again, I don't want to hurt nobody. And at the end of the day, I don't want to be, I'm not going to lead anybody. So, like I tell everybody at the end of the day, the grass is muddy over here. There's no green grass. So if you want to be my friend, we can talk. But if you're looking for anything more, that would not happen. Right? So that's just the way that is. But at the end of the day, what do men look for, and making sure you understand your roles in a relationship? And this is what I want to talk about today. Like I said again, if you want to drop anything in, holler at your boy. I will talk to you about it. Share the video, let's get it in. So when you're in a relationship, you got to know your role in your relationships. And I just have myself, ladies, I've made a very big determination about dating at 53, right? And I want some of my ladies, I want you guys, ladies, to come in, if you, especially if you're 45, 50 years old, holler at you, okay? In your 40s too. When we start dating or we start talking or we start hanging out, can we do this right here? Can we not try to put on the show for one another? I mean, I don't need you coming in your Sunday's best. Put on a pair of blue jeans and a t-shirt or a shirt. I wear some blue jeans and a shirt. Because why? I'm okay with getting to know you. I don't want to get to see you when you all dressed up. I don't. I don't know about y'all, but honestly, what do I need right now in my life? In a relationship or in a companionship. I need somebody that I can actually freaking conversate with. Because what I'm seeing so much of, and I'm hearing, is everybody's trying to impress everybody, and everybody got a freaking list. You got to know your place in a woman's life. You got to know your place in a man's life. And I know some people may not like their place in my life. I may not like my place in your life. But it is what it is at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not going to, don't let nobody embarrass you about where you are and what you're doing, right? Tam says she's at work. Listen, okay, Tam, I appreciate you. Thank you for locking in at work. But here's the thing for me, spending time with somebody when I'm going out on a date or we're talking, I want to make sure that I know my place with you. And so I'm not going to come to the relationship or come to the friendship, you know what I'm saying, trying to impress anybody. Honestly, what I see right now is there's too much jealousy, especially with men, right? Most men is going to date down. It ain't too many men that date at their level or better. A lot of men tend to date down because they can hold their prestige over a woman. And most women try to date up. So those men and women, they meet because she's dating up, he's dating down. That matches when you're dating. Let me say that again. That matches when you're dating. But it don't match, okay? It does not match when you get into a relationship a lot of times. Because if the woman starts to try to better herself, or she happens to get a raise or start to get a little bit more notoriety in her life, the man that she was in love with, dare I say, start to fall out of love with her. Right? And so there is a problem with that at the end of the day. So do you know your position in a relationship? Do you know what you truly want out of a relationship? And one thing I can say now that I'm very clear-minded and unapologetic about what I want in a relationship. And I think a lot of people, as we talk about this all the time on my show, that we're not clear about what we want. We're afraid, we tiptoe around because if you see somebody you like, they got that face, they got that beard, they got that hair, they got that skin color, they got them yams on, he got that chest, he got them arms, he got them biceps. You want him or her to like you. And you start to change your likings or your boundaries of what you want. You haven't set your standards because you want that person to like you. Let me tell y'all, man, beauty is on the skin deep. Now, I love a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. Lady J, Tams, who else is on here that I know is beautiful? Miss Terry. Okay, we got Jenny on here. We got who else? Lynn J on here. Oh, yeah, baby, I love a beautiful woman. But just because you're beautiful, that may not mean you're beautiful in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may like Joe like what you see. I got my shirt open, got glasses on, got a beard, all smelling good, look good, of course I can see. But you may not like me. Baby, you may not like me. You like what you see. And how many times have we tried to be in a relationship because we like what we say? We finally got somebody that we like, the caliber person that I like looking at, who likes me. And so you try to make that work. I'm going to say this. I've had beautiful women in my life. Really beautiful. And some beautiful women can be some of the ugliest women in the world. And some beautiful women can be beautiful. But what I have learned now is a couple of things. When you get over 40, things are going to change. Your priorities. Now, I do like a woman who works out, who takes care of herself. You know what I'm saying? I do like that. There are certain attributes of a woman that I do like to see that are is situated when I do see her. I have my type. Let me just say that. I have my type. But I'm not making that the highest priority at this point in my life to be with her. Because I need to be able to have that conversation. And I had someone FaceTime me the other day. And I'm a little sick and tired of hearing this, ladies and gentlemen. I am. I hear a lot of people talk about a man is jealous of a woman that makes more money than him. I don't know what me and y'all talking to, ladies. Hey, skincare, how you doing? Thank you for the roses. What men are y'all talking to? Because most men, hey, Bridget, I'm doing great. Most men, I'm just gonna be honest with you, are not insecure about his woman making more money than you. Now, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. Hey, Rachel, how you doing, baby? This is what I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies. If you got a man and you want a man that got a lot, and you know that you don't have that much to bring to the table on a financial level, right? You got to understand the kind of man you got with. Because he got with you for a reason. And it wasn't because you was cute. This is what a lot of y'all women don't actually understand and don't get, right? You think because I'm beautiful and I'm cute and all this other stuff, he got with me. Yeah, that's true. But he also got with you because he can control you with his money. And if you start to be able to do that for yourself, he may not like you as much because he likes being in control. He likes being able to dish out what he can when he wants to. You have to ask him for certain things. So, because one girl, she was talking to me, and she was like, you know, as soon as I got this raise or, you know, I got this promotion, right, things changed. I had to start to go into meetings, and I was taking him to events, and people were talking to me, and they wasn't talking to him, and he would be quiet in the car. He wouldn't say much. And I told her, I said, you don't see what happened? She was like, no, I don't see. He's jealous of me. He's not jealous of you. He's insecure. If that man is jealous of you, but if a man fell in love with you and you're here, and all of a sudden you surpass him, it's not. Some men can't handle that. Let me just say that. A lot of men are not able to handle a woman who moves up above him. So, ladies, you got to be very careful who, at the end of the day, that you decide to get in a relationship with, and what are you truly looking for? Like me, women always ask me, Joe, can you handle a woman that make more money than you? Of course I can. Why wouldn't I carry her bags. You make more money than me, I will sit back in the background and let you take all the pictures. You ain't got to tell them who I am. You can tell them I'm your bag boy. The only time I have a problem with a woman not introducing me, if I see a dude being really friendly with her and she don't introduce me. That if we're girlfriend and boyfriend. Now, if I'm just your side dude or we just a friend, you ain't gotta introduce me. But I got a real problem, ladies, if I'm your man and you don't introduce me to that dude that comes up and give you a hug and seems like he know a whole lot about you that I don't know. And he don't acknowledge me either. That's the problem for me, ladies. I would have a huge problem with that. But you making more money than me? Nah, I don't have a problem with that. I want my woman, my girlfriend, my friend, my wife, I want you to succeed in business. I want you to succeed in money and life. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to change who I am as a man because of you make more money. You're not going to change my success on what I got going on in my life because you make more money. You may have to learn how to act because you're making more money, right? Because I've seen some women when they start making more money, they get a little bit more demanding, or they get a little. What's the word I'm looking for, y'all? I don't want to say you get beside yourself, but as our mama would say, you get to probably smell yourself a little bit. But I think as a man, you have to give that woman that space because now she's making more money. She don't have to ask you for anything. And so now she got to find her role in your relationship because she don't have to ask you for anything, fellas. And sometimes she's gonna be a little alpha, a little boisterous on what she's saying. But what I've learned is to let her be. If that's what she want to do, if that's what she want to go say, as long as I know who I am and what I'm bringing to the table, I'm cool with it. I don't care if you're bringing more to the table than me. But what I would not let you do, now I've seen some of y'all women do this, ladies. I've seen some of y'all, sometimes, when you get in a relationship with a man and you start to making more money, you started trying to say to the man when you're going to do this, or you should do this and you should do that. And that becomes a problem when you're in a relationship with a guy, in my humble opinion. To make a successful relationship work, you have to make sure that at the end of the day, that Bridget, thank you so much for subscribing. I thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see some Bridget just subscribed to the show. So thank you so much. But you guys have to make sure at the end of the day that if you're in a relationship with a man and you start to make more money, yeah, you're gonna step out, you still gonna say some little stuff, but you got to be understanding later when you step to a man and you're in a relationship, no matter who's making the most money, a man have to let a woman be a woman, but ladies, you have to let a man be a man. And I think sometimes women, when they start to making more money, you kind of throw that around in a man's face, and then the man got to find out his place in that relationship. And this is what I'm going to say, because we're talking about knowing your place in a relationship. I don't think when we get older, ladies and gentlemen, women, we don't set our boundaries enough. You know, what is our no pass go things? I think we start to settle. And I think we have to be more stern in what we truly want from a relationship from you. What I want from Rachel, what I want from Bridget, what I want from Tams, right? What do I really want from you on a good day and a bad day, right? And I always operate from the worst day because the good days are going to be good. But when we're in a bad day, what is the least that I can expect from you on the worst day in our relationship? And that's what we have to work through. And I think a lot of times what I'm seeing a lot of divorces happening right now is either about money, sometimes infidelity. But y'all would not realize that money is probably one of the biggest rates of divorce. Infidelity is up there, but I think more people, especially older folks, men and women, are divorcing because of financial, right? Because I hear so many women say, "What's up, Nate? What's going on, big dog? Hope everything good with you, man." A lot of women, and this is crazy to say, when women tell me he was jealous of me or how much money I made, he was insecure. He changed after I started making money. He changed after I got a promotion. He changed when I stopped asking him for money. He changed. We got Nate Clark out there in Phoenix. Appreciate you locking in, man. Hey, Miss St. Louis. Really, it seems like people stay together during financial issues. No. If you love the person, I think some of y'all stay together through financial issues. So I'm not going to say that's not true, St. Louis. But what I am going to say is that if you're in love with the person, you stay. What I'm seeing when we talk about people getting divorced, infidelity is one. But I think when it comes to this financial thing and women get older and men get older, and not just financial, not the only one either. There's another one out there we're going to put out there too. But the financial piece, women are feeling men are jealous or insecure of them because they're making more money because the man changes his the way he treats her, the way he talks to her. He changed because now she's making more money. I really want to dig into this, ladies, because I hear what y'all are saying, and I think maybe some of you are insecure. But I had to talk with a friend of mine. What I think a lot of women don't realize is you walk different when you make more money. Let me say that again. You don't think you're being arrogant. You don't see it. Just like a man don't see it, I'm telling you, ladies, you don't see how you walk because you see yourself the same, right? ladies. Man, but you see yourself the same because you're trying to play it down or not say nothing at all. But the man or the woman see that there's something else there because they know you, right? And so when you're trying to actually be a certain way because you're making this money instead of just being you, it changes the dynamic. Now, I'm not saying that some men are just not insecure, period, because you're making more money. But the most men that I talk to, they say the only problem that they have a problem with is if the woman's throwing it in his face, or women that start to make more money or start trying to better themselves, start trying to tell that man how he can better himself when he's happy where he is. Well, baby, you need to do this. What have you thought about this? And when a man is not asking for your suggestions on how he need to go do better, and just because you do better, that doesn't mean he wants to do better. Just because you got a promotion, don't mean that he need to find a new job that got a better salary rate or up mobility. He happy where he is. And some women fall out of love with this guy because now they smelling money, they smelling success, and they don't want to be in the same place. Now I'm looking at my life. Now I got this second win. Now I know I can do this, but I'm gonna need some help. So I'm gonna need you to pick your game up, bruh, because we can go here if you do this. But if you don't do this, right, I'm gonna have to move on. Now, to think about what I'm saying now, when I married your behind, or we got in this relationship, you was working at Popeye, you was at Walmart, you was a greeter. But all of a sudden, you started hanging out with some of your friends or whatever. You seen a book, you read Gail book, or you read Oprah Winfrey book, and you got this happy ass, and all of a sudden, you went back and got your degree. All of a sudden, now you smell success. Now you got this high-paying job. You was making $40,000. Now you making $150,000 a year. Okay, you still married to me though. But I'm saying you still married to me. You decided to go do that. I loved you for it. I didn't say I wanted to do. That ain't what we was about. Right? Now you done got this degree, you done got all this, and now you want more, and you can afford more. And this is where the problem comes in, ladies, right here. I'm gonna hit you upside the head. This is where the problem comes in at. You want me to be able to afford what you can afford now. You want me to step my game up because you didn't step your game up. Who the hell are you to tell me to step my game up? I'm your husband that was supporting you through all the times that you were doing what you were doing so you can go do what you were doing. I was holding it down. Why do I need to step my game up to where you are? Why don't we just can't be where we are and love each other and whatever needs to be done, you do it. You decide to go get more money. I'm where I am. Why don't I can't be happy where I am? Why I can raise up to another level where you are because that's what you decide to do? I'm just asking, why do I need to step up? I didn't say I want to do that. That's part of what we talked about. See, ladies, y'all missed this part. When you talking about the man is insecure, he don't want to do nothing. He never said, some of these men never said they would. Some of these men supported your ass while you was doing what you were doing. And then you got to the point where you are, and as the mama said, you start smelling your ass. And then as now you want him to step his game up because you want more. And now, this is the good boy. Some of y'all ladies do. You don't want to carry that load. Well, if you was a man, wait a minute. You wasn't saying that when you was working at Popeye. Why, when you get up here, you need me to come up with you? Why do I need to upgrade because you decided to upgrade? I'm just asking. Why do I need to upgrade because you decided to upgrade? I'm happy where I am. You knew who I was when you married me. You knew who I was. Well, I can't be in a relationship with a man who don't want to better himself. What the hell are you talking about bettering myself? I was better enough to get you where you are. Oh, but now you round me in a different category that can do more than I can. See, your ass never, let me just be honest, your ass never loved me. Because a woman who loves a man ain't gonna say that. It's gonna be real. A woman, share this video right here, because y'all know I'm keeping it real today. A woman who loves a man, that would never cross her mind because she know what she wanted to do for herself. Just because you thought you wanted to do better, don't mean that your man need to do better. Because while you was trying to do better, he supported your ass through the whole thing. He kept the bills going while you was half working. And when you got where you need to go get to, right? Now all of a sudden he needs to step his game up because now you in rooms that he was never in. Now you're around men that dress better, that talk better. Now you with me. I don't talk like that. I don't understand the hyperbole, and I don't understand one iota of what you're talking about. So you come on talking to me like that, I'm like, huh? You're like, see, this is what I'm talking about. You don't understand none of this stuff. You need to better yourself. Wait a minute. When you just working at Popeyes like 3 years ago? When you at Walmart, when you the secretary or something, you got your little funky ass degree, and now you're gonna talk to me crazy? Now you're gonna tell me what I need to go do? That part, ladies. That part, ladies. That part. This is when the man come out like, yeah, he come out, he insecure, he feeling bad about me, he's jealous of me. No, I'm not jealous of you. I'm ashamed of the woman that you done became because you forgot how the hell you got there. You forgot that little part that when you needed stuff to be paid for, you needed bills to be kept going, that I was the guy that did it and didn't say nothing. My little funky ass job that I got now that you're talking about, it helped got you the way you are. But now you want to leave the funky ass job and go do something more because now you got more and now you don't want to carry that load by yourself. And now you're saying that this little funky job that I got, I need to do more because you want a bigger house, you want a nicer car. If I can't do that, somebody else will. Oh, how could we forget? How the hell we get here? Who are you? And then you get mad at the man when he says, I don't want that. I'm happy where I am. I can't be with a man like that. See, I need a man who understands me. Who that? What? Really? This is what we doing? Really? Y'all, excuse me. Who are we in this relationship? What do we want to be? Because a lot of times, ladies, when y'all say that this man is jealous of you, you don't see the air that you start to breathe. And I'm not saying every woman does this, but when I'm talking to men be like, man, she changed when she got money. I didn't change, she changed. Her expectations of our relationship changed. The things that she want now, I need to be able to provide, but my job can't provide it. So I'm automatically saying, she's automatically basically saying that I need to go do more now for myself because she did. I'm just saying, how am I, and tell me, ladies, why am I, thank you, Mary. Why am I supposed to do more? Because you decide to do more. Where's that in our marriage? Where's that in our relationship? Who said that I need to do exactly what you're doing? You decided. You decided to go out there and better yourself. That's what you wanted. So when you better yourself, if I'm a man, if I'm bettering myself in this relationship and I'm married to you, I'm your man and we girlfriend and boyfriend monogamous, I'm bettering myself for us, correct, as a man. Exactly. I'm bettering myself for us, right? So why the hell when you bettering yourself, you're not bettering yourself for us? If I didn't ask you and I didn't push you to go out there and do it, that's something you want to go do. Why, when you get up there and you start smelling a different air, you start smelling a different fragrance, you want me to step into the same room and do the same thing you did because you decided to go do it. And that's what you decided to do, really, without talking to me. You said, baby, I want to do this. I support you. Okay, go do that. Go ahead, I got you. You want to go ahead and take so many hours? You want to take some school time? Go do that. I got you. Don't worry about cooking dinner tonight. Whatever I need to go do. But you know what happens, ladies, sometimes? This is what y'all tell us. Well, that little stuff you did don't mean nothing. We talking about now. We talking about right now. I thank you for what you did. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what you did, but that's over now. What we gonna do now? I get what you're saying. What you want some money? I pay you for what you did. This is what y'all do. This is what y'all do. This is what some of y'all women do. Right? Because now you got the money. And now you're throwing it in the man's face. Because every little thing he did, every little step he took like a Bobby Brown, you forgot what that meant to you when you didn't have nothing, when your ass was working at Popeyes and Walmart, right? Or a desk job, right? Now you're into a supervisory job. You're making more and you got more responsibilities. And you're coming in and you're talking to your husband like he one of your damn employees. So you may not see that you done change. But sometimes, ladies, the way you approach your man, the way you talk to your man, and then when you get to new positions or you get to new money levels, your expectation of your man changes. And I got to ask y'all, right? Why? Can I ask y'all that? Can you please tell me why your expectations change for your man? Because you changed? Let me read some of y'all coming. Yes, it should be for us. In a marriage, it's our money and I'm helping us. Exactly, Amy. Joe, you're right. Should have each other's back. Yeah, but we don't. As we grow up, we want to see him go up. But that ain't the wanting to see him grow up. And if you want to grow up or not, you should love him regardless. You fell in love with him where he was, right? You accepted him right where he was. Because you went up in life, that don't mean your man should have to go up in life. If he decides to go do that, cool. But if he decides not to do that, you should love him right where he stayed. That don't change how high you can go. That has nothing to do with you going up as my wife and being $100,000 person, $250,000, $500,000, or multi-million-dollar person. Has nothing to do with the love that you should have for me as your man. Let me tell you something. Vice President Kamala Harris, her husband would never be where she is. And I hope she loved him as much. No matter what he do, he would never become the Vice President of the United States of America. How do you think that dynamic is? Oprah Stephen, how do you think that dynamic is? He ain't gonna be no billion-dollar dude. She had to love him for him. She gotta love that dude for him. Think about Oprah can have anybody. Kamala can have anybody. You have to really love a man knowing that he would never be able to step up to the plate where you are or accomplish what you have accomplished. You got to love that dude for what he brings to the table for you. See, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say they don't have any problems, but she understands for her to get to where she was and over to, that man was strong by her side and they didn't forget it. And they didn't let their success get in the way of their love for their man. They didn't put that on him. He loved me and allowed me to become this here, and I'm going to love him, and he's going to share in our financial bliss at this point in our life. And some of y'all women, because no one has taught y'all this, when you're married, if he becomes a millionaire through a lottery ticket, you wins too. You get half. Same thing for him. But see, some of y'all been taught so backwards that if the man ain't doing it, it ain't right. If I gotta go do it, right? It's something wrong with that picture. I got to find somebody else on my level. Some of y'all ladies are going to ask this again. How the hell did you get to that level? It wasn't the dude that you sit with next to in that meeting. It was your husband or that boyfriend that you had right in the beginning that sat there late at night and did the things that dude you sit next to now. He helped you got there. But all of a sudden, it's some of that little stuff I did. I understand it, but if there is no but, if I wouldn't have done what I had done, when your dream came to you, it would have been more difficult for you to get there. My man helped me through school, so I'm helping him with while he's down. But see, and that's real good, and that's a great thing to keep doing. But the thing I'm gonna tell everybody when you listen to this show, ladies, is that when you say your man is insecure or he's jealous of your money, how do you really, because some women don't see themselves how they talk to their man and how you make slyway hints of you better get your act together or else, right? When y'all get a little money in your pocket. And men feel that. If one thing a man can see is another alpha stepping into the role wanting to be an alpha, right? Or making you trying to step your game up. And I'll be quick to say, who do you think you're talking to? Right? Because see, the man, the woman that you have become, there was a man a lot of times that saw you when you wasn't that woman. Just like sometimes these men become these men and they forget how they got there, right? And they go out there and find a woman that's going to fit them at that level, right? Because the other woman can't step up to the plate and they need somebody shiny and polished on their side. You think, ladies, y'all always say this to us, right? We help y'all get here. As soon as you get there, you drop us and you go get your white woman. or you go get you a black woman or Asian, whatever kind of woman, but you go get you another woman and you leave me behind. Right? That's the thing I see women do, right? Not all women, but this is what I think majority of women do. If a woman starts to make money, right, she expects her man to step his game up. I do see most women do that. They expect you're on the time. Once she starts making money and you're not making enough money to help her out at her level, you're now on the time clock, buddy. Because at some point, when she want to go get that navigator, or not make navigator, want to go get that Escalade, or she want to go on this trip, right? And it costs, $7,000, right? She got the money, but you don't make that kind of money. So you can't put in on that trip for real. Your $1,000 ain't nothing compared to her $6,000. She sees $6,000 coming out of her account. And this is what I'm gonna tell you, fellas. When a woman tell you this right here, and you married her, you can't say that's your girlfriend and boyfriend. But I want you to say this to a woman, right? If she's doing that and you married to her, she said, I had to pay this, and this, and I'm tired of paying this. And if you married to her, tell her to go ahead and give me a divorce. I won't have. You know the reason why? Because you ain't have to pay for nothing, right? We paid for that. Your money is my money is your money. Because if I had $7,000 to give and I paid for that trip, it would have been paid for us, it would have been a we. It would have been we paid for this because I paid for it. So when you pay for something, it ain't coming out your account. It's coming out of our account. When you work for that money, you making that money, that's coming out of our account. Even though your name is on it, but you're doing it for us. Right? So don't put yourself in a position, ladies, and don't drag a man along and take the help along the way. And then when you get to the top, you want to dump his ass. You don't want to be with him no more. He ain't nothing to you because he needs to step his game up. You tired of paying. How does that sound, ladies? I mean, seriously. So I ask you, when you talk about a man being insecure, right, or jealous, is he insecure or jealous, or he pissed off at you because you forgot where you came from? You forgot what he did. And this other guy, the guy y'all sort of like him, well, because y'all started talking to other guys. Let me ask you this question. If you had a woman looking like me that make this kind of money that I make, right? How do you know this, Joe? Because no one asked me these questions. That's how I know. What would you do if you was in this situation, right? If you had a woman doing all this stuff, wouldn't you want to step up to the plate and try to help her out? And I always ask women this question, right? What did you have when y'all first got together? Well, I didn't have anything, but I bettered myself. Is what she was saying. Y'all wouldn't tell me. I bettered myself. Should he want to better himself? What did you have when y'all first got together? Well, you heard what I said. What did the conversation look like when you started to try to better yourself? Was that something that you wanted? That's something y'all decided together to better yourself together? Or you just decided to go out there and better yourself and you told your husband that you was going to do it? But I kind of told him I was going to go do it, but you would think, no, how the hell you don't think that? If the man, you said you're going to start going back to college, and he ain't saying he's going back to college, that's pretty much saying that what? He cool where he at, but baby, go do you. I'm not going to stop you. Well, when I'm doing all this, I need a man in my life. What do you mean you need a man in your life? That ain't what you said when you married that man. You changing. You moving the goalposts. You see what I'm saying? You are now actually moving the goalposts to what you want. Because now you done found something, you done seen something better. You know you can do it now. And now you want the goalposts to be moved for what y'all had actually set in place. Now, is that right or wrong? I don't know the answer there for anybody. But what I'm saying is, I think it's unfair. I don't think any man should be put through, or any woman should be put through pressure because somebody in the marriage decided to go get a degree, the other person don't. You start making $250,000, I'm still making $80,000. Why is that a sin? Because it's never a sin when a man is making that much money and a woman sits back and does nothing. But it's a sin if a woman goes do it and go make that kind of money, and a man decided to stay. Some women look at you as being weak. Some women look at you as not on my level no more. You ain't trying. Like I said, I think women who do that, just myself personally, right? You were never truly in love with your husband. Him. This was all about what he could do for you and financial benefits, right? You're not in love with that guy because women, I'm just gonna say it, when you're in love with a person, you don't put if you come up, all y'all come. It's never a financial thing of who's doing what. If the money is there and this person is with you, why is it a problem? I'm just asking. If you love this person, right? It's love, unconditional, unfiltered. Why is money an issue? I'm truly, I want to know this, ladies. Why would money be an issue if you came up and I did? I'm still making the same $80,000 that I was making when we first met. It was good enough to take care of you and take you on that first date. It was good enough to get your attention when you didn't have nothing. Why is it now $8,000 is now not enough? Because you decide you want to go do more. What changed? Your ass never loved me. You love what I provided for you. And when I'm not able to provide what you think I should be able to provide as a man, now you want to move on. I'm just being honest with you, ladies. You never loved that man. You love what he provided for you because at that point in time when you first met him, he was doing stuff for you that you couldn't do for yourself. Now I can do these things for myself. I need you to do more. So that's not about love. That's about conditions. Hey, Kim, how's it going? I'm just being honest. Think about what I'm saying. This is conditions. This ain't unconditional love. And a lot of men feel that. I can't say she's at work. Don't work too hard. Yeah, St. Louis, you said true. But you got to think about what I'm saying, though. When you start looking at men, right, in these situations, and you start thinking about what's really going on, why are you telling that man that you claim that you love? Why are you telling him to do better? He should do more. Huh? Tell me why. Why should he do more? If his 80 was good for you before, why is it not good when you make it 150? Can anybody on social media explain that to me? Miss St. Louis, can you explain it to me? Can anybody? Why is his $80,000 not good? Why do he need to make more? Why do he need to match you? Oh, because another man can easily come take you away now because he can do the stuff for you that your $80,000 husband can't do, right? This other guy, he's making the same thing you make. You speak a different language. So, when you want to go to this expensive dinner, he can pay for it. You don't have to pay for it, right? That's what that's about. Because now you're at a whole new level, right? So, real talk, you was never in love with your husband. You was in love with what he could do for you. And when he was no longer able to live up to where you done got yourself to, you don't want him no more. He's throwaway. And you're threatening him with your position now to where you are. Either step up or get out, or I can move on. Just think. All the reasons you said I don't disagree, I'm honest with myself, and I'm saying I was wrong. Oh, okay. But I'm saying a lot of women, man, y'all do this. You put the pressure on this man as if he did something wrong. I'm just being honest. And I see men talk about this all the women, well, he's insecure, he's jealous of my job, he didn't want to bear it himself. I got tired of waiting on him to do better. What if a man said that to you? Huh? What if a man got his degree, you know what I'm saying? Got a lawyer's degree or got a medical degree or whatever, started making buku money. You didn't change. What if men did that? They got in better position. And not saying men don't, a lot of men, some men do. They do. But I'm saying, what if the average dude started doing that? Won't be nobody married. It wouldn't be nobody married. Kim said, well, I can't speak for no one but myself. I'll be fine with his income. Okay? Amy said, I'm fine with a man making less. I doesn't
it doesn't matter to me. Sometimes it does cause insecurity for the man. I'm climbing my ladder to success. So should he. No, he shouldn't, Kimberly. That's a lie. Why should he? Is that what y'all talked about? No, Kimberly. I totally disagree with what you're saying. Because you decided to climb your ladder to your ladder to success. Why do I need to climb my ladder to success? I may be okay where I am. Are you in love with me? Are you in love with what I or my potential or what I need to do, what you think I need to do in my life? Right? Now, if y'all both saying y'all gonna climb a ladder together and he stopped, that's a different conversation. But if you got with this guy and he is what he is and he have said nothing about doing anything more, and you decide arbitrarily to go out there and go do something different to better yourself, what the hell do I need to wake up one morning and feel the same thing that you feel? It's like you saying, I'm gonna go out there and start running. I should go start running too. No. Because if that's the case, every relationship I've been in, every woman has said, I'm going to work out with you, Joe. I'm going to work out with you, Joe. And you know what happens? None of their ass work out with me. They work out for about a month or two, if that, and they quit. I should quit them because they don't work out. I'm just saying. Everybody ain't you. Can't nobody be you. Can't nobody be me. So how the hell you going to tell me at the end of the day, Kimberly, that I should step my game up too? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to come at you harshly, but just because you decide to climb a ladder, doesn't mean I should go up the same ladder. My ladder, I may be secure with my ladder where it is. You like my ladder when you met me. Now, like I said, if I told you we're going to build this ladder, we're going to build two ladders together, we're going to go up together, that's a different conversation. But if I didn't say that, and you woke up and you started doing different things, that's not going to make me get motivated to go do the same thing you're doing. Yes, there are men that do the exact same thing. And I'm saying the men that tell a woman to step up to the plate is wrong. A man who leaves a woman to help him get there to where he is, he's wrong for that. Because he didn't love her. He used her to get what he wanted. And if she didn't want to step her game up, right? You know, he left her, he divorced her. I'm saying both of them are wrong. I'm not just going after the women. I'm saying both of them are wrong. But I have a lot of women telling me that when they start to do better for themselves, men are insecure. They get jealous. And I'm telling women, some of that's true, but some of it is not. Sometimes women change. No, build them up and encourage each one of them. Yes, that's totally different. It's the conversation that you have with each other. And I think a lot of times, man, it's hard to have a conversation with somebody when you made an agreement to the other part, right? When you agreed that you was okay with what it was. But I don't think a woman or a man is willing to have that conversation like, yeah, I love you. But before, I didn't see this in myself, and I have changed. It's probably wrong of me to say this, but I don't love you like I used to because I don't see you like I used to. And that's just the honest God truth when you're in these relationships, right? Sometimes a man look at his woman and he done moved up in the corporate world. And she's still got that housewife's mentality. And when he take her out, right, she's not able to talk the language. She don't have the conversation. And maybe she don't even know how to dress right and get her hair fixed the right way and walk the right way, right? And he feels embarrassed with that woman that he's with now. And there are some other women looking at him like, why are you with her? Right? And so that gets in his head. Here's the problem with him. He was never in love with his wife. Because any man that can't step in for his wife, for her vortexes that she may have in a relationship, right? That's where he's supposed to fill those gaps and make her feel strong. Regardless how bad it looks, she's still the queen of my life and the apple of my eye. Because one thing I would tell you, I don't care how big, how ugly, how beautiful, how whatever skinny your wife is. One thing a man and a woman never does in the place where he is when you go out, nobody's going to embarrass a man's wife to his face. Nobody's going to embarrass a woman's husband to her face. People have respect for kids. People have respect for moms and daddies. And people have respect for husband and wife. And if you walk proudly, like this is my wife, and you proud of her, people are going to say, we proud for you. It's when you start to show that you're not happy. You show the chinks in your armor. You start talking about what about this and what do you think about this and all this other stuff. You show the chinks to the outside world, and they creep into your marriage or your relationship. It ain't too many people that's going to step into your marriage, regardless of what it may look like to you. If you walk with confidence with that woman or that man, people are going to treat you accordingly. I promise you that. Any man that walks into a room with his wife and he looks at her like that's his queen, that's my woman, guess what everybody else in that room gonna do? Right? But he walks into that room and she's by his side and she sits down, her head is down, and he's walking around talking to everybody else and ain't saying nothing to his wife. He just opened up the door. Because he didn't honor his wife. He didn't have his wife by his side. And he spent more time out talking with people than he did sit down with his wife. Guess who's watching? Other women who may want to get at him. Watching her demeanor, watching how timid she may be, right? And feeling sorry. Or they're trying to hit on her husband in front of her face, doing things to make her upset. Vice versa. I've seen it happen. I've been in rooms where I see this kind of stuff. Happens all the time, right? A man get a position, his wife is out of pocket. You have to make your wife be in pocket with you, bro. I would tell women this, men this all the time. I don't care who you marry. When your woman walk in there, you keep her by your side. Your woman can be very silent and be the strongest woman in the room when she's standing by your side in a room of people she don't know. Your woman look lonely, sad, and desperate. If she walks into a room, you sit her down and she's by herself. Okay? I promise you that. I promise you that. Right? At the end of the day, and fellas, we have a tendency to do that a lot, and ladies, y'all kind of sit there and take it because you don't know nobody in the room. And you feel inadequate when you hear these people talking the way they dress. You know, you've never been around it. He done got used to it. He gets in the car. Well, did you see Bob today? He was doing all this. He was with his wife and all this stuff. But one thing I would tell you, fellas, you look at the men that are successful, and seems to have a great marriage. They introduce their wife to everybody. Their wife. You walk the room. You walk in with your wife, and you introduce as many people. When you go sit down, you sit down with your wife. Unless you are there on a networking type business, right? After you walk the room with your wife, right? You sit her down, you make sure she got a drink, and you always, when you're talking to people, you're always in view of your wife. When you're going around the room, you're in view, you talk to people where you can see your wife, right? When you see her drink is getting empty, even though you're talking about, hold on just a minute, let me go get my wife a drink, or let me go see she's okay. Because you may have to go there, you may have to do some work. But you work in view of your wife so you can see her, right? And then when you got time, because I've been in those rooms, and when you got time, right, and breaks, you either go sit there with your wife or you bring your wife into these conversations, right, that may be appropriate for her, or you see somebody that's working there, they got their wife there, and you bring your wife there with them. This is how you work and teach your wife how to be in the business that you're in, right? Always keep your wife in view. You don't sit your wife down in the corner and then, baby, I gotta go work today. I gotta go to work now. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't want her to be there. But you just do it because she's your wife. No, bro. How do your business? A lot of us don't do that. Right? And that's what I'm saying for women. A lot of times, right, you marry this salary. You marry this guy, he's a blue collar worker. You step into the white collar. Well, your husband got on a suit probably a little bit too big for him. Right? You're a little bit embarrassed because you see all these other men well polished, you know, nails clean, you know, suit fit, custom. Your husband saying, "What's up, bro? Everything good." Instead of getting a handshake, your dude that you fell in love with, your husband, he leaning in and get a brotherly hug and, you know, tap on the back. You saying to yourself, "Oh, he embarrassed me." Right? How do you fix that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, you may have a little bit of a problem talking to a man, but, you know, you may need one to tell your baby, "Hey, babe, you know, these people here, you know, they're going to act a little different. So you know, you may want to shake their hand instead of trying to come in and get them, you trying to dap them up. And he gonna look at you, man, why you taking me to this bougie ass party? I don't want to do this. I don't want to go do that, right? You got to ease that man into it. Or you may need to leave that man home till he's ready. Or you may need to get somebody in his family to sit down and talk to him like, bro, if you're going to do this with her and she's going to do what she need to go do, you got to give her room to breathe. Because a lot of times men, we don't like to be told what to do. See, women, y'all don't like to be left at home. Right? So we have to bring y'all along. But sometimes it may be best if you're in these positions and your husband is not of that caliber. I say he's not a good man. I say he's not a good husband. But some husbands don't need to be in a room with CEOs and vice presidents. I'm just being honest. You just don't. Because some blue collar men don't know how to handle that kind of conversation. Right? Women can be silent and not say nothing. Men have a problem and a tendency to try to sound educated and they wind up sounding stupid in those rooms, which can backfire and embarrass the wife. I get that. So that's what I'm saying, ladies. You made the guy that you married, he ain't of that caliber. You may have to leave his ass at home. And you're going to be okay with that. You see what I'm saying? He got to be a stepman. You don't see him around. And this is why I say, do you know your role? I don't expect you to step your game up, baby. If I'm not expecting you to step your game up, that's cool. But you may not be able to go to every event that I go to. Correct? And if you want to step, I need you to do this. Most men know how to step their game up like we get like y'all when we talk about white folks. We talk about right. Most men do. Some men don't. Okay, like I said, you walk into a room with CEO with right? It can be silent and it's golden. It looks beautiful. But a man being silent behind a woman is golden and it's beautiful, but the man's gonna feel awkward. He's gonna feel some kind of way, right? And it's gonna show on his face when he's with his woman. If he don't know how to just hold a purse and hold space for her and look at her in a loving and endearing and empowering way. You may not be married to that dude. You may not be married to that dude that can do that. You see what I'm saying? His committee be like, who the hell is this talking to my wife? Why are you talking to her like that? You talking down on me. In his mind, that's what's going through his mind. That's what's going, it's not what's really happening, but that's what he's seeing, that's what he's feeling. And so even though he's quiet and he's holding your purse, his demeanor gonna show something different, which is gonna look bad for the woman that's in that space. You may have to leave his ass at home. You may need to have found somebody to talk to him. You may need to go through couple counseling with that. Because sometimes when a woman rises, some men can't rise to the occasion with their wife. I'm not saying that you have to rise to the occasion on a financial level, but you may not be able to rise to the occasion on a social level, depending on what you marry, ladies. You know, if you marry a little bit from a husband. He's a good dude, a hard worker, but he ain't good in a room that, you know, people over $250,000 and $500,000 and all up. He may not be good in that room. Not saying that he can't be taught, but the first couple of events, the parties you go to, you may not want to take your husband. Until you're able to find a way to communicate with him, baby, to go with me, you need to go do this, or baby, you just need to be quiet. Y'all need it. I'm gonna tell you, ladies, that ain't the easiest thing to do with a man. Now, that would mess with his security. That would mess with him for a while, right? That's tough because you're telling him to change who he is to go hang out with his wife. That's tough for a man, not gonna lie. Me, give me your purse, give me your umbrella, slip me in the corner, throw your coat on top of my head. I'm okay because I'm secure who I am. Seeing my wife or seeing my girl that handle her business, man, I be sitting there bleeding. Look at my baby. Don't know, girl. Do your thing, Cam. Do your thing, Jenny. Do it. St. Louis, do it. St. Louis said he won't be in the shareholders meeting. Yeah, he may not be. But I can share in the shareholders compensation plan, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're my wife. So what I was saying is, ladies, you got to know your mate. You got to be able to, when you elevate, you got to be able to elevate your man or elevate your marriage, or elevate your relationship, and always find a new partner. And always find about finding a new woman, right? How do you elevate? When you elevate in life, how do you elevate him or her? Because you know who the hell you married or got into a relationship with. Just because you elevated, right? You elevated yourself, but did you elevate your marriage? Did you elevate what? The partner that you're with. but Joe they didn't want to come. That's their problem. It's your job if you decide to elevate to figure out how to compensate and compromise in the new space that y'all find yourself in. That's your job. That ain't that person's job that sat there and didn't elevate themselves. It's your job because you decided to elevate yourself inside the bubble that y'all created before you decide to elevate yourself. Well, Joe, what if they don't want to do it? What's the compromise? How do you compromise that? Right? Which means you're going to have to lower your expectations of what you want from them in certain categories of your relationship. Because that's the compromise. That's the love part right there. You see what I'm saying? That's when you say I love you enough that I know you're not going to do this, but I love everything as you do for me, or the way you make me feel, or whatever that little thing is you get he or she got for you. I love that about you. I don't need this other part of you. I'm okay with carrying this load for the rest of my life with you. But see, a lot of women have a problem carrying the load when they're making more money and then they want nicer things that man cannot pay the bigger bills because he never changed his job description. He never went into being in the white collar world where he stayed in the blue collar world. So who is actually the one that's screwing up the marriage now? I think it would be the woman or the man that's putting that pressure on the other person at that point in time. Everybody don't want to evolve to something that you think they should be. Money does not mean that you're better than me. Money does not mean that you have evolved to a level that you have bettered yourself. Hell, I could better myself at $80,000 and be happy as hell. Bills paid, not in debt, I'm good. I don't need $1 million like you do. I don't need to walk in the room and everybody know my name. I don't need to be able to go out and buy a Porsche. I got a 2015 car there that's paid for. My mortgage paid for. My bills paid for. I'm happy. You see what I'm saying? Not saying this me, ladies, but I'm just talking for the men or the women out there. That's good enough. Just because you decide to go out there and make $500,000, what the hell that got to do with me? Baby, go make the $500,000 for us. But just know, when we're living in that lifestyle, right, you are going to have to pay for that. Well, honey, I think we should get a new house. Okay, we can get a new house. We can sell the house that we're in, take some of those proceeds, put down on the house. Well, baby, how much you can pay on this mortgage? Baby, I pay exactly what I was paying on that last mortgage. Baby, that ain't going to be enough. Well, baby, what we doing then? I can make that count. Well, no, see, where the compromise going to be. Right? Because now it becomes about love or money. If you love somebody, let me say this, America. If you love somebody, okay, money is not an issue, especially if you're married. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you love somebody and they treat you right and they're doing everything they need to do, they're not cheating on you, not doing anything, but the money is different. Money should never make a relationship go to divorce. Just because somebody starts making more money. If that man or woman is continuously making the same amount of money that they made when y'all got together and you start to make more money and they choose not to, that should not be a recipe for you to get a divorce. Anybody on here that can explain to me why that should be a recipe for them to get a divorce, please tell me. Please tell me. They didn't cheat. They loving you the same. They're doing everything that they did. Just the only thing changes now that you can afford more nicer things and they can't give you those nicer things at the level that you want, and that becomes a problem for you. Think about what I'm saying. Nothing changed. What changed was you move into a higher tax bracket and you're making more money, which means you can afford more things, which means now you're looking at your mate and saying, why the hell you can't afford it? You the man in this relationship. And if you see me doing better, you should be doing better. And that's BS. That's BS. That is BS, right? I'm going to say that's BS all day long. If that man is making the same amount of money that he was making when you first met his ass, and he's still doing the exact same thing, loving you, caring for you, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, and you're making more money, that's y'all money. You have taken on that responsibility. When y'all decide to do nicer things, you're going to take on the bulk of it. That's just the way that life is. That's the man you married. Don't sit here and try to come back and tell us that because he wasn't doing what I wanted him to do, I divorced his ass. And you feel good about it. Come on, man. Who are you? You wrong for that. Men are wrong for it, and ladies are wrong for it. Everybody don't have to better themselves. And I'm saying this again. If he or she is still doing the exact same thing before you start making that money and giving you everything else, the only thing changed is they cannot meet the level financially of what you're trying to do when you go for food, restaurants, vacations, buying cars, buying houses. Their salary will not allow them to help you as much as you would like. That ain't a man's responsibility, ladies. That is not a man's responsibility to do. You can kiss my ass on that one. That's a man. If I'm still making the same money, still doing the same thing, and you go out there and do something more, it ain't my responsibility is to go out there and try to match you. I'm not in competition with you, baby. You're my wife. So if that's what you want to do for the family, do it. If you don't want to do it for the family, don't put them damn expectations on me. You keep that money and don't spend it on the family like that. If you love me. If you want to get a bigger house for the family, that's what you decide to do. But there is not, if that man is doing what a man's supposed to do, there's not nothing in the Bible and therapy that's going to say, when you go to couples counseling with a hell of a man needs to come, well, you need to always step up to the plate of you need to always step up to the financial degree of what your wife is doing. What the hell that is? No, that's not true. How you can expect that, Malika? No. How can you expect that? That's BS. You can't expect that man to do what you're doing if that's not what he decided to do. God hit you one day and said you want to elevate yourself. How the hell that man supposed to want to go do that? Why? If he's happy at the 80,000 and you married him at the 80,000, why do he need to step his game up? That person should have that financially future goals talked about in the beginning. Makita. No. Sometimes men wake up in the morning and God spoke to them to go start a business, go back to school, right? And you marry. Women do the same thing, right? Or you talk to somebody and you see, wherever you at right now, that's dead end job, right? Or a position comes up and somebody think you're better for, right? And it's going to pay you more money, but it's going to move you to a different city or a different state or whatever. It happens. Because you get a promotion or you get the urge to go do something different, that's good, not just for you, but it should be good for your marriage and good for your household. If it's not good for all three above, why are you doing it? Because if you're doing it because it's good for you, and you saying it should be good for the marriage, right? Should be, because it's going to bring more money into the household. But the expectation now is I'm going to get more, so he should want to do more. Where that makes sense at? I'm being honest. What does that make sense at, ladies and gentlemen? Because a man get a promotion or he's making more money, his wife should want to go make more money too. His wife should want to do more at home. His wife should want to be more of whatever she is because he's making more money. No. The woman should be who she is that got him there. That should be okay. If the man is expecting more out of her, that's a problem. Man's coach trying to come down on me. Makita said, I can see that. I'm just being honest, y'all. Hold on. I'm just being honest, y'all. For rich or poor, excuse me. That's for rich or poor. But I'm being very honest. We're saying for rich or poor, but men and women, they don't do this. They really don't. And that becomes, to me, that really becomes a problem. Let's be here. So I'm just saying, when we're in this relationship, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got to really think about what we're doing. Now, and it's sad to say, but I'm gonna say, if a man leaves a woman because he got more money, and he leaves her for another woman that got more money than his wife, he was not in love with that woman. Not in everybody's relationship, don't know. Just my synopsis on what I see. Because I can't leave you because I see something I think that's better out there for me now. I'm very big on how did I get here? I'm very big on, yeah, you see me now, but she saw me before. Who holds more value for me? See, the woman that see me now seen value in me when she built me up. When Makita, when you built me up, Bridget, when you was there for me, right? Cam, when you was there, right? Oh, girl, that see my value now, but you see me at my worst and you was still there. So I got to work with you. That new girl, I can't just jump into something new because it looks good. That's a shiny new toy. But this one over here, I got to give everything back to you because you got me here, baby. We scuffled. You stayed up late night. You was there for me, right? So once I make it, oh, I got to make sure you good. I can't, and this was one of my mottos when I was married. I didn't cheat, not only because I love my ex, but I always said to myself, I would never have another woman be able to say that I slept with your husband. I never want to embarrass my wife. Even though she thought I would cheat, even though she thought there were many women out there having sex with me because of what was being said on social media. But right now to this day, even though we're not together, she can't find one woman to say, when you was together, I slept with your husband. I don't have any P. Diddy stories coming out or whoever else out there doing. I don't have any of those stories. I was faithful to my wife. Now, was I asshole and some other things and did some other stuff? Now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I helped screw up the marriage. That was 50-50. But for a cheat, that was never an issue. That was never an issue. You see what I'm saying? So, unconditional love. What does that look like for everybody? Where are we on when it comes to loving your mate, comes to loving somebody, right? And I think most people don't have unconditional love. You say you do until you get to a condition that person don't meet, and then it becomes conditional. Because if you love that man and you moved up, you love that man. If you love that man and you move down, you love that man. You love that man regardless. No, you should never look at a man and say, because he didn't move up, right? I deserve better. What? I've never gotten that understanding when women say that. I deserve better. What the hell you mean you deserve better? It was good enough for you when you were broke. How do some women get in these relationships with men and get married to them, and they move the bar once they start doing better? But if the man moved the bar and he started doing better, your ass don't have to do no better. You don't have to do no more. I mean, please explain that to me. Please explain that to me. Right? If he moves up the chain, you benefit from every piece of what he does and get half of everything that he gets, right? If something happens. But you never have to change anything that you're doing. Correct? So if you're married to that man, why does he have to? Why is there a necessity that he needs to change? He needs to move his level up. A very double standard. But if you're a man, that shouldn't even be a standard in your home, bro. You need to stand on business. You need to stand 10 toes down on that one. Because if a woman is putting that on you, it's not double standard, bro. She don't love you. And she never did. She loved what you gave to her. She loved that you took those bills off of her. She loved the situation that you put her in. She was not in love with you. You was the guy, and I'm going to say this. You was the guy who put a ring on her finger. But you're not the guy that she wanted to marry. You're the guy who asked her for her hand in marriage. When a woman does this, y'all get mad at me, but I'm telling you, the woman that does that right there, as soon as she gets to a certain point, she never loved you. She never loved you. You was not the one. You was the guy that messed around, fell in love with her, and asked her for her hand in marriage. The guy she wanted to marry didn't ask her. You came along. I promise you, to the day I die, that is the honest God truth. If a woman is asking you to step up to her level, you are not the guy that she was in love with. She loved you, but she ain't in love with your ass. I promise you that. I think it depends on the individual of the person's drive. Okay. I'm telling you, ladies, if you as a woman start to make more money, and your man, I'll repeat this again, is making the same amount and nothing changed but your money, and you expect him to move up, you're not in love with that guy. You're not. And same thing for a man. If he moves up and he wanted this woman to start acting somewhere and do certain things, he was never in love with her. He was not doing it for them. He was doing it for himself. And his excuse is, because he's not doing this, it's feasible that I'm not happy. I need to find somebody on my level that wants to be with me because she's insecure. She's jealous of where I am now. She changed. Hey, don't y'all hear that all the time, ladies? She's jealous of my new job. No, you were never in love with that woman. Now, I do believe there are some nuances in there that can be part of it. But for the most part, if that's the biggest part of y'all argument when y'all together, because one person's up and one person's down, and it's about the money, she never loved your ass. I'm telling you right now. She never loved, no, let me say this. He or she was never in love with you. That's the difference between loving somebody and being in love with somebody. When you're in love with when you're in love with a person, right? There are no conditions. Let me say this again, America. When you're in love with a person, there are no conditions. You ride. Especially if everybody is doing their job in the relationship, in the marriage. Things that go up for both of y'all, regardless who's doing it, because there are no conditions. Look at Tabitha Brown and her husband. She retired her man. She retired him. And said, baby, you no longer have to be a policeman. She retired her man and said, come home. I got up. You did it. Some of y'all get in Tabitha Brown position, you need to go write a book too. Why you ain't up there trying to do more? I'm doing all this. See, Tabitha Brown is in love with her husband. She walks around with the love and respect and admiration for her husband. She don't look at him like it's less. She tells the story about what he did for her. So that's why she retired her man. And she don't give a damn what y'all say. Right? Most of y'all wouldn't do that. If you became Tabitha Brown, you looking for that other Brown that's married to that other woman. Or you looking for Bobby Brown that got money. Because I need a man gonna be on my level, they're gonna be a TV star and a best-selling book author and all that other stuff Tabitha Brown is out there doing. Let's see here. Just got in listening to understand. Joe, you're so correct. Joe, for me, when I was with the person, I played hard and worked hard too. And okay, I'm not understanding, Kim, all of what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, ladies, when you start making this money and you start to put demands on your man for just the financial part of it, you was never in love with that guy. I want somebody to come over here and tell me that I'm freaking wrong. Tell me, I'm challenging any woman to come over here and tell me you dumped a man when you got your job, right? You dumped him because it was because of the money, because he didn't step his game up. You got rid of him because he should have wanted to step his game up. And I got a few questions I want to ask you, because I guarantee when I finish asking you these questions, it's going to show that you was not in love with this guy, and there was another guy that you was in love with, and he never asked you the question, and he was the one that did, and you went ahead to, because he was a good guy to you, but that ain't the guy you wanted to really marry. I promise you that has been the case every single time that a woman put money to that extent with a man. Because women that love their man and love their kids don't walk away because they're making more money. If you love somebody, you don't walk away with more money, because guess what? You are now bringing more money to y'all household. It has nothing to do with who's doing it. Because when y'all both got together, both of y'all hands were broke, y'all was okay. Who comes up first? Why does it matter? If you love somebody, right, who comes up in the marriage, why does it matter if y'all coming up together? I'm really trying to understand that one. If you love your husband, you love your marriage, y'all love each other, why does it matter when it comes to the money if y'all both were broke before? Yeah, I understand a man should take care of what he got to take care of, but what I'm saying is that man don't fall off for where you met him. He's still doing everything. He's just not making the same money you make. Why is that a problem? Tabitha Brown's husband held her down when he was having a hard time. So when she came up, that's why. Yes, that's what I said. But a lot of women, okay, Erica, a lot of women are with their man, and like I said, they ask working at Popeyes or Walmart, right? They read a book, they hear Oprah Winfrey story, they hear Tabitha Brown story, they read the books, they want to do better for themselves, right? They go back to college. They go get a degree, or they write a best-selling book, or whatever the case may be, right? But they come up from that $20,000 to $40,000 a year job, and they come up making $100,000. Let's say you're making $150,000 now. Your guy's still making $50,000 to $80,000 a year, right? But during that time, you was going to school, you was writing your book, right? That man that you was with, or the husband that you're with, he was still holding you down till you got to where you were, right? Some women, when they get to the point of where they were, even though that man held them down, now they want that man to step up to the plate and do more because he's only, in their mind, now he's only making the 40 to 50 to or $50,000 to $80,000 a year. That's all he's making. So now her wants is more. And he can't help her as much as she thinks he should be helping her because she's making more money. And that's the woman I'm saying is not in love with the man. She was in love with what he provided for her. She was never in love with him. Because you would never hold the finances over his head when y'all both were broke together and he held your ass down till you got to where you are. He was there through the whole thing, right? He didn't change his position. His love didn't change. His responsibility as a house didn't change. He kept doing everything the same, right? You made more money. You want him to spend more. You want him to be able to help you out more on the financial end, but he's not because his job is still the same. He's getting what, $1.50 raise or 50-cent raise or $2 raise, right? You get commission, you get bonuses, right? When y'all get ready to go do something, go get car notes, and go get a new house or whatever, you go on vacations. It's not going to be a nice vacation if it's going to be on his budget. If it's on your budget, you're going to have to pay for it, and you're mad because he can't come to the level where you ought to pay for that vacation. Is that man's fault? Isn't that man's fault? Should you leave him because of that? And my answer would be hell no. Because he's still doing what he said he was going to do when he met you. A man don't have to come up to your level to be in a marriage with a woman. And if a woman says that to me, man, I will walk the hell away. If I do it financially and he's still content with where he is financially, he wants me happy. In the position to be supportive. He wants me happy and in the position to be supportive. I'm not understanding that. Right. A lot married because the guy asked her to marry him, period. Both need to use common sense. Jen, I want to understand what you're saying here. If I moved up financially and he is still content with where he is financially, he wants me to be happy and in the position to be supportive. I'm not understanding that, Jen Z. Smith. He isn't competing. No, he shouldn't compete. Yeah. Why should he be competing? Should he compete? If you're making the money, right? I don't think he should be competing. When you're in marriage, this is the happy union and being supportive. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. Because this is what I think women get it twisted. When y'all say that a man should take the lead, a man should take care of the household. That's very true. All across the board. But when you're married to somebody who's been in the trenches with you, it don't matter who the hell come up. Can we get on the same page and be agreeing to that? If both parties was in the trenches and the wife happened to come up before the man, right? but the man is still doing his part, right? But your finances happen to outgrow his by 2 or 3. It shouldn't matter. It's y'all money. Because if his finances went up like this here and yours stayed the same, it's y'all money. So if you're married to this man and he's doing the exact same thing he always done, he haven't fell off, he hadn't cheated. The only thing changed is that when y'all came out the trenches, his money moved like this, yours moved like this. It shouldn't matter at all. Tell me why sometimes it does. Because I need a man that's going to support me. I'm tired of paying the bills. So Dexter St. John comes along, he can actually now afford you, right? He can afford you. But how the hell did you get there, ladies? How did y'all get there? You got there off that man's back, just like men get there off of women's back. How, the woman that she sees now, buddy, is the man that I groomed. I washed his dirty drawers. I fixed him food. I helped him with his homework, right? I took care of the house. I took care of things. I went and got the oil change. I took out the trash some night so he can go to school. I did that. But all of a sudden now, you got the audacity, the unmitigated gall to be able to come into our life because you see this man all dressed up in a nice suit now and you want to take my husband. And some dumbass men allow that to happen. Right? Because he forgets that woman that look all worn out right now. Bruh. She got you there. Yeah, old girl looks good. Looks, your wife made her gain weight. All that other stuff, but guess what? She was there. You got to pay homage to her, bro. You got to look out for her. Regardless of what you're feeling, that woman deserved a chance to fight in that new arena with you. Or you only married her because of what she was doing for you. You was never in love with her. You was in love with another woman and she didn't want your ass. Okay? This woman accepted you for where you are, seen something in you, and she married you. She built you into something because she believed in your ass, right? And you led her to believe that you was in love with her. But now that you got what you wanted on her, and now you where you want to be, and now old girl that wants you, you finna throw everything in her face. Make it seem like she's the problem, and now you're finna go be with old girl. And old girl that wants your dirty drawers when you was about 2 or 3 years ago, bro. You wrong too. You see what I'm saying? You wrong too, big dog. We can't play both sides. You can't be on to one side of this, fellas. I understand the women, but I'm just saying, a lot of time, man, women doing what men do. Know your role. Know your role. And I'm gonna say this to men and women, right? Y'all ass coming into these broken homes knowing that your man or woman is leaving their husband, right? Because he's the simp or she's the weak one now. Okay? Y'all know where I'm gonna go with this, right? For all the men and women coming into these relationships, because you got that man or woman now that's sitting on the pedestal and they all made up in their custom dress and their custom suits, making a nice salary. How the hell you think the married men and women got there? I ain't talking about the single, I'm talking about the married. How the hell you think that married man and the married woman got there? Your ass didn't do it, but you want to take the profits from that. You want to take the commissions from that now, right? Well, let me just tell y'all something. 9 times out of 10, if she left a man or a woman that was in the trenches with their ass for you, what the hell do you think he or she's gonna do when you get with them? What you think they're gonna do? Because they damn sure ain't in love with you. They're in love when they see what you can provide for them right now. Those people will never be happy. I promise y'all this. Most times, when you see these kind of relationships from a man or a woman, when they move on to the next one, most times, if they were genuine in their first relationships, right? If everything was genuine, right? I ain't talking about marriage or marriage, I'm talking about if it was genuine. If they move into their next relationship, they're gonna have the same problem. Let's see exactly what I'm saying and vice versa. Jen says, if I get home late to obligations with my new goal, he creates a meal and cleans up the shop. Exactly, that's what you're supposed to do. And the man ends up getting used. You get what you get. Joe, some women and men don't think like that when they're in those high positions. Yeah, you're right. Because people start to fill your head up. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't know how to stay grounded, especially when you got this new money, right? When people come into a certain amount of money you never had it before, you want to splurge. You want to do things, right? Men want to splurge, and the best way I can explain, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I wasn't married at the time. When I got to overseas, living overseas in Japan, right? My whole thing was, let me try new fruit, right? I've had American women, so anytime I went to a new port, a new city, was in Thailand, Australia, Philippines, Korea, wherever, right? Where I was going, I wasn't trying to be no American woman, right? I'm 19, 20 years old. I was trying to go out there and explore the world, right? And I understand that when you have never had anything, you've been home cooked, and you go out into the world and you start to see new things you want to explore. It's when you get new money, you want to go there and buy new things. You start to see life differently. When you see life differently at different levels, how people live, it gets seductive, it gets attractive, understandably so. If you're not grounded and you're not in love with people, you will get caught up in it. And even sometimes that you may be sort of kind of grounded and in love, you still can get caught up in it. Just depending on how much you are engaged and engulfed into whatever you're doing. That goes for marriage, that goes for jobs, that goes for women, that goes for men. Everybody has temptations. Everybody has been tempted or they stepped over the line and did something they wasn't supposed to go do. Okay? I'm guilty as charged, right? On all of the above. But as you get older, right, you start to learn, right, that at some point in time, what's really important. Like I said, when I married my second wife, the one thing I said to myself, again, another woman will never be able to say that I slept with your husband. And I made that was my mantra. I don't care how many fine women came out. Luckily for me, I had already sold my oats years prior before I got married, right? So I was good with women coming to me because I knew that was not going to lead to the things. I was fortunate in that situation, but I knew what I wanted. When it came to money, even now, I don't care. I love to make money, but if I'm with a woman, right, I would give her everything I have if I'm with her. I will, right? But here's my caveat with women. I only hang out or deal with women that have the same thing that I have at this stage of my life. I'm not building a project. It's not a build a bear. It's not build a girlfriend. If you're working at Walmart and you're working at Popeyes or McDonald's or whatever, I'm happy for you. But if you're 45 and that's what you're doing, not downing you or denigrating you in any shape, form, or fashion, that's where your life is right now, but it has nothing to do with me. You have the qualification to date a guy like me. You have to have a house. You have to have a car. If you're in an apartment, you need to be able to afford a house or have a credit score to be able to get a house. Not saying that I want that, but you just need to be at that level where you done took care of your life, where you can handle those things. Because some people get a house, get a divorce, and just move into the apartment because it's easier. I get that. But you need to be at the same caliber that I am. Mentally, financially, physically, right? If you got any of those things that's a problem, and I don't have those issues, I feel for you, but I don't have to go through that with you. There may be another man out there who want to do that with you. I don't. And vice versa. When a woman tell me her criteria, if I don't meet it, I'll be, oh, wait a minute. No, I don't meet that. Right? I'm out. I can't do that. Or I'm not going to do that. Right? And if I ever decide to get married again, for me, I'm going to make sure that we're both on the same page. Y'all laughing at me, right? But I'm just being honest. It's better at the age of 53. It is better for me to sit here and tell you what the hell I like and what the hell I don't like, what I'm not going to tolerate and what I will tolerate. I understand what Joe, everybody think. I don't give a damn with everybody. I'm Joe Lockett. That's my name. And what everybody can't do or didn't do or how you got to your situation, I feel for you. I'm Shaka Khan. I feel for you. I really do. But it ain't my problem. How I got to my situation ain't your problem. What I can and cannot provide is not your problem. Right? If you look for something more and I'm not it, please move on. We're going to save each other a whole lot of headaches. You see what I'm saying? So those are conversations and things you got to have, because what I said I would never do again in my life is be with somebody, number one, trying to impress your ass. I'm not doing that. Number two, I'm not going to be in a relationship where you're not in love with me and I'm not in love with you. I'm in no rush to get married. I'm not getting married under conditions. I'm not. If me and you cannot scale our relationship for the next, because I'm 53, so 67 to 80, I'm gonna say about 30 more years together. We can't scale for 20 years to see where we're gonna be, good or worst case scenarios, and talk about it and be okay with those things. We need to talk. Just be honest. We got to be able to scale because we're going to change at 63. We're going to change at 73. I need to be able to understand that we can scale this thing together and be okay with the ups and downs going to come with health, right? How we think, what we want to live, what we want to go do, right? We got to love each other for all of that. What does that look like, right? And that's going to take time to do. But what I'm not fixing to do for the next 3 to 4 years so I'm 53, but I got the weight of trying to help you get your life together to 56 or 55, right? Because you done went through some tough times. I don't want to do that. Call me selfish, call me whatever the hell you want to call me, but I don't want to do that, right? I'm not doing it. I need a woman who's at peace with herself, right? Every woman that you with going to find going to have an issue. Every man that you with going to have some kind of issue. But what I'm not going to do is be dealing with you. If you're still dealing with your ex, you still got problems with your kids, whatever the hell you got going on. I need, right now, my life is peaceful. Okay? I'm not going to bring anything traumatic into my life because you're dealing with it, because I'm your man. I need to deal with it too. That's not happening. I'm not going to bring any problems I have to you, which I don't have any at this point in time in my life. My kids are grown. My kids living their own life. They don't depend on their daddy. I got my own house. They got their own houses. We good. My business is going well. My podcast is going well. Everything is good in my house. I'm not in debt. So I want to make that. And we can have a conversation. We can talk and we can be friends. We can laugh at each other on a good day, and we can laugh at each other even on a bad day. That's what I'm looking for. If that ain't where you are and that's not who you is, keep it moving. Hey, to you, hey, how you doing? But we don't need to be in no kind of serious talking relationship. Your vet said here, got to love all of me. Of course. Can to respect and have the choice to choose if I can or want to deal with the situation. Yes. Your vet said, I have a 5-bedroom house. Okay. Different strokes for different folks. Yep, I just had to call off an engagement for that reason. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, y'all, at this stage in our life, right? We don't got too many more chances to get this thing right as a man and a woman, right? And so I like having grown folks conversations. I'm not into trying to impress Tams. I'm not into trying to impress Shamil or Yvette or Ken. I'm not trying to impress you, right? If you see me, I'm probably gonna be more likely dressed in some blue jeans and collar shirt or a tight t-shirt, right? Which you got 5 houses needing man on my level. Okay, well, I mean, hey, and there are men out there who does real estate and flip houses. So, I don't know if you got 5 houses that you actually got on different coasts, or do you got 5 houses that you got 1 house you live in, and the rest of the house you either got for flipping or renting out. I don't know what that means, but either one. I can do it all. I've flipped houses, invested in homes and stuff like that. Do I have 5 houses now? No, I have 1. But my intentions is at this point, this house that I have to pay us off in the next 3 years, and to go ahead and buy me some land and build me the house that I want. But I want just to be far away. And I don't know what state I want to be in now, but I want to buy me a piece of land and buy the Lockett compound, right? Where my gym, my movie theater, the things that I want, the kind of bedroom I want all that to be there. If there's a woman with me, she can help us plan it out. But that would be the Lockett legacy family home. That home there, that land will pay us down for generations, for the grandkids and people like that, right? And if it's not being, I'm just trying to help you out with my thought pattern is me. And if the kids don't want it, it's being rented out. I guess right now they're using it as an Airbnb or something like that, or the different things in that home it can be rented out for different rooms and stuff like that. So it still will be able to make money or it will be used for teaching and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking at for the near future for myself. And so I need a woman, number one, if I die first, that she can handle it and make sure that that happens. And then see where her goals are. I like to be with a woman who think big, who goals are big, and she's already implemented things, and I can add to that. I need with a woman when I'm thinking like this here. She said, okay, what about this and what about this here? I don't need a woman. I don't need a yes woman in my life. I don't want a yes woman, right? I don't want to. Oh, that's good, Joe. I'm so proud of you, Joe. You so smart. I don't need your ass. I'm sorry, but that turns me off so much. I don't need. I need a woman when I'm telling her the game plan. She see it, but there's other things she can see that well, something that sounds good, but what if you tie this to this corporation here, and we was able to turn this into a non-charity, where you can start a foundation with. Okay, I need a woman on that level that things like that. That's sexy to me. Ooh, that's sexy. That's sexy to me for myself, right? But 'cause I don't need a woman coming home to me telling me about Lulu at work or what Jeff said or Jeff didn't do. That to me, conversation is fun to have every blue moon, but I don't want that to be the rest of my life. My life is right now to be able to give back to the world, teach, and leave legacies and build things, right? So I need a woman who thinks like that because if she don't think like that, I'm gonna get bored with her, right? And like I said, I don't need a yes woman on my side. I don't need a woman to, baby, I love you. You look so good in your shirt today. You did this. So I don't need that kind of woman. That there would not work for me at all. That would be I hate that. That's no. Give me a woman that challenges me, a woman that sees things and sees the holes in my ideas and help me not just point them out, but can give me some choices and some ideas at the same time. So I need a woman who thinks like I do. Yes, farmland. I don't know if I want a farmland, but I want some land. We got a lake on it. Yes, I hear you on that. Yes, type person. I can't do it. Big dreams, of course. I don't like a yes man. Yes, let's talk. Well, get in my inbox, Yvette. We can talk. Yes, like a good challenge. Yeah, I mean, I love to talk. When it comes to business, I don't have to talk business all the time, but when we talk in business, I need a woman, like I said, who can see, 5 or 6 steps ahead like I do. And if you got somebody strong minded that want to give back to the world and leave each other families, and y'all hear me talk about this all the time, legacies, right? When you find a woman that wants to do that or a man that wants to do that, and that's what y'all do. What I am is not for everybody. Okay, let me just say that. Who I am as a person, I'm not for everyone. But what I'm talking about right now has turned probably a hell of a lot of women out. Man, nobody wants to think about that stuff. I want to be a man that can do this, and this. There's some women right now, they moist. You know what I'm saying? They're salivating because, ooh, I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Where those men at, right? I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? And everybody's not my cup of tea. But I think once you get a certain age, I think we should be able to be very honest with one another and say what it is we want. And just because you look the part, you may not fit the part. Like when these people try for a movie. You know what I'm saying? You try to do as an actress try for these movies, but everybody don't fit. You may look the part, but you don't fit the part. And what I'm learning is right now, I'm not trying to fit anybody's part. Right? I'm not. I want to be with somebody that's going to be compatible. I want to be with somebody that I'm going to love, that I'm going to fall in love with. I want that person to be able to look at me. I haven't had this in a very long time. I haven't had a woman look into my eyes. And when she look into your eyes, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. This man look into your eyes, and you know they adore the hell out you. They just, every time she looks at you, every time you look at her, y'all know that, man, that's she adores, he adores the hell out you. I've had that, and ooh, I think there was one woman that I can say when she looked at me, I felt that she was just. We fell off because I think of my radio show. But when I looked at her, she looked at me. I really felt that she adored me and I adored her. But circumstances, locations, and stuff like that kind of I think got in our way. Maybe we were both overzealous. I don't know. But, time to. Yvette, my great grandfather was the chief of the Chickasaw. Okay. Bridget, you have always been goal driven since I met you. I know you would get there. Yes, always goal driven. Always. That's what had kept me going. And when people tell me I can't do something, I always try to figure out a way to do it if I really want to do it. And today, I said I'm gonna do an hour show, and I don't want to do a 2 hour show. But I just want y'all, ladies and gentlemen, to think about when you're in relationships and you're doing things. I'm gonna leave y'all with this here. When you're in a relationship with somebody, be honest with yourself of why you're getting into that relationship. What is your expectations? What is his or her expectations now and as it evolves? Do you love that man or do you love that woman? Are you in love with them, or are you just substituting them because whoever you wanted didn't marry you? And if that's the case, you may not need to marry that person, him or her. It's never a great place to be if you're in love, if you marry somebody and they find out later on that you was not in love with them. And how do you know you're not in love with them? Because you keep moving the bar of expectation with conditions. And if they don't meet those conditions, you're out. You're not in love with that person. The person you was in love with, they treated you like crap. The person you was in love with didn't have to be in the dead. The person you was in love with, you would have took them even though they dogged you out or cheated on you. You still would have took them, right? That's the person that you was in love with. So when you're in love with people, and I'm not saying you should take those things, but what I'm saying, when you got people in your life that's not doing any of those things, but you continue to put the bar for that person, him or her, you're not in love with that person. That's the only point I'm making, y'all. So just make sure at the end of the day that when you in a relationship or you decide to take on relationships, and this conversation really was for women, but I had to go ahead and hit men upside the head too. But women, when you start to make more money, why are you making more money? Is it for you or is it for the family? Because a man, if he's doing everything that he's always done and he's not going to fall off and you make more money, say this throughout the show today, he should not have to make the same amount of money for you to stay. I'm going to stand on that. His 80,000 was good before. His 80,000 should be good with your 150, 250, or 500 because you love him. That money is for y'all. And if you don't feel like that about the man that you with, don't marry him. If you feel, if you feel you're gonna marry, you're gonna come into more money, and you're gonna look at that man a certain way, you don't love him. You don't. You need to go find your man that's making the kind of money. You need to find a man that's making that kind of money now, that $500,000, right, or 250. You need to find that man now while you broke. So when you get to that level, he's already there. Oh, but let me say this here: the man is making 250, man. I want your broke ass right now. Yeah, I said it. That man is making $150,000, $250,000. He may not want your broke ass, right? I'm gonna drop the mic on that one. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Okay. Hopefully that didn't go over y'all head. I said, if you want that kind of man, and you plan on moving up in your life, you should go get that man now, the 150 or the $250,000 guy, right? You should go get that man and marry him now. And then I said that 150 or that $250,000 guy may not want you right now because he can't see you right now. But the man that you're with see you. The $250,000 guy may not see you until you somewhere near his level. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that didn't go over some of y'all head. Cam, good to chat, leaving work to head home. Okay, baby girl, be safe out there, safe travels. Yeah, I said what I said. Really, you had no problems finding a husband, had three. Yvette, you just said enough, baby girl. You got three husbands. That we didn't say finding a husband is a problem. We said finding a man that loves you and respect you for where you are, and you can respect him. That's what I'm saying. See, Yvette, I think you missing the conversation too. If you're beautiful, you can always find a husband. A man decent looking, you can always find a wife. But how many you got to go through before you find the right one? Hey, Mama Lois, how many you got to find? How many times you got to get married? And why are you leaving three husbands? Or why did three husbands leave you? Or why did you leave them and they leave? Why? I've been married twice, so I can talk on this. See, Yvette. Okay, sorry to hear that. Okay, well, two died then. I digress. I digress. Yvette, I digress. I apologize. But y'all just be very careful when you're going out there and doing your thing. Love who you love, say what you say, stand on it, stand on business. But at the same time, make sure you marry the person that you fall in love with. And you know how I feel about you, right? Jatim, Temo, Aximas, Elibade. That means truly. Have a good night. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. All right, Facebook, and we are out. Thanks for chiming in, Facebook and YouTube. We love you. Have a good one.